CBS Atlanta News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Today on Public Affairs on Peach, there is a growing concern for women. More and more women are abusing pills, alcohol, and other illegal drugs. In fact, in 2011, men were abusing drugs and alcohol 2 times more than women. But again, the number of women turning to drugs and alcohol is growing. Good Sunday morning to everyone. I'm Brandon Rudat. Joining me now are Sherlonda Hambrick-Taylor and Angela Dixon. Angela is an HIV specialist. Sherlonda working at the Division of Addicted Diseases. Ladies, good morning to you, and thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning.
Sherlonda, tell me a little bit about the connection here between women who are out there abusing drugs and alcohol and going out there trying to get help, trying to get back into the workforce.
The connection is a lot of times that substance abuse is a barrier for them. If they're still in active addiction, that could be a barrier. They're unable to keep employment. So with our programs, the Ready for Work programs that DBHDD contracts, it helps them, break that barrier, eliminate that barrier.
So if a woman right now who's watching our show is struggling with drugs and alcohol, what would you recommend to that woman, that mother out there?
Well, first, she would probably need to contact DBHDD or either go on our website to locate a treatment provider. We have treatment providers throughout the state of Georgia. Here in the metro area, there are 6. And then once she contacts that provider, they will be able to assist her as to getting into treatment.
Angela, I want to talk to you about sex and drugs, right? Sex and drugs. You're an HIV specialist. Is HIV on the rise with women? Is that a trend we're seeing? Why is it such a big concern when it comes to using drugs and alcohol?
It is. As a matter of fact, statistically, women are accounting for now about 25% of all new HIV infections. And as it relates to women with substance abuse or the addictive diseases, those women are more at risk because they are more likely to use under the influence. Because they're under the influence, they're less likely to use condoms. They're less likely to use on any of those safe sex methods, and thereby putting them at an increased risk of obtaining an HIV infection.
What do you tell women when they do have sex? Do a lot of them say that they don't use a condom perhaps because the guy doesn't want to use a condom? Is it because they are high or they are drunk when they're having sex?
It's really a combination of both. So many times women don't have, women sometimes feel a little powerless when it comes to condom negotiation because she doesn't wear a condom.
Right.
So she has to speak with her partner. She has to negotiate. She has to have those skills to say, okay, I want to do this. I need to do this for my own safety. But when that same woman, she may know that she needs to use a condom, but being under the influence, is she able to make a cognitive decision to say, okay, this is the right way to use a condom? Have I checked the expiration date of the condom? All of those little pieces are a part of safer sex. It's not just the condom. It's all of the things that lead up to condom usage.
It's responsible sex, but we all know with drugs and alcohol, you're not responsible.
Yes.
So how do you help a woman maybe even identify that there is a problem? Because I think that's really the first step, is recognizing that you are powerless over drugs and alcohol.
Well, I don't think as a counselor, as a certified addiction counselor, I don't think it's more the woman. In recovery, you have to be able to recognize that you have a problem. I can tell you all day, you have a problem. You have a problem. I can even sit down and give you the examples of your life, and but until you're able to accept that, it's nothing really anyone can do. Because again, you are powerless over this drug, but you have to be able to accept that.
I think it could be hard, and I don't know, you tell me, is that for a woman, maybe she's got the family at home to take care of, and she's got kids. Does that make it more difficult, for her to seek out recovery, to figure out, well, what do I do with my kids if I'm going to go to an in-house treatment center?
And that could be a great barrier, but one of the great things about our program here in Georgia is you are able to take your kids with you along their children under the age of 13 are able to come to treatment with their moms. We provide a therapeutic child care component to the Ready for Work program that provides interventions for those children, because often the children are the silent victims of substance abuse and have seen so many things So we provide that as well. And then if anything is outside the scope of the practice of the therapeutic child care, the provider will refer them to a psychiatrist or a children's specialist.
All right, you guys have a big event coming up. The event is called Let's Chat, right? And,
Yes.
and obviously opening up the barriers of communication, I assume, right, when it comes to safe sex. What's going to happen at the party?
Well, our primary focus at the party is the Healthy Love Party. And this is actually a really fun, interactive way of teaching women correct condom usage, demonstration skills. This is a time where actually each of the women are given actually bananas where they are using them to show the condom usage. And again, like I was saying earlier, so many women feel powerless when it comes to condom negotiations and their skills. Those women are taught the skills, how to say to their partner, we really need to use a condom when he does not want to. So it's a really fun, interactive party.
More of an empowering event?
It really is. It really is very.
Because there's got to be
so.
something more than just the technical aspect of how to put a condom on.
Exactly.
You know, a woman can of course be taught how to put a condom on. It doesn't take brain surgery to really figure that part out. But if you, as you say, when it comes down to having sex, if they don't feel empowered, they're not going to say anything to the guy when it comes to that point. All right. So how do you get women to finally get to that point and have the confidence, you know, to do it?
You know what I say? Self-love. I teach the importance of loving yourself first. And when so many times women don't put themselves as the priority. They have a mate, they have a spouse, they have children. And so many times women are at the bottom of the barrel. And we really empower the women to say, you do have a voice. Your voice has to be heard. And again, it really goes a lot back to self-love, saying, I love myself enough to say, I don't want an infection.
Do women go and get tested? Is it really pushed, you know, even in the black community, for women to go and get tested for HIV?
Well, that's why we're having the event, because the event is for National National Girls HIV and AIDS Awareness Day, which is actually March the 10th. So we're actually celebrating on March the 6th. But that's one of the reasons, because we are going to be testing. We want people to be tested. And I guess Angela can go and answer more about with the race, but that's why we're having the event.
Yes, black women are. We are having issues with black women being tested. Of course, black women are now one of the faster growing groups, are those that are HIV positive.
Right.
And we really focus a lot on letting the women know, okay, you really need to be tested. You are at a higher risk category.
Yeah, especially if you're out there abusing drugs and alcohol.
Exactly.
And drinking. Ladies, thank you for being here this morning. We want to let our viewers know the Let's Chat event will be Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Paula Crane Life Enrichment Center in Morrow. Ladies, thank you. Have a good day. Stay with us. You're still to come this morning. We're going to sit down with a counselor who works with recovering addicts. Stay with us.